President and Group Chief Executive Officer of Transcorp. The group itself, which includes the hotel, is joining me live here at the marquee for this chart. Thank you very much, and congratulations for hosting this.
Thank you very much, Bossy.
Quite a very big one, quite a very big show that you and Transcorp Hotel, which is a subsidiary of Transcorp Group, has brought together. Talk to me about putting this together for Nigeria to host 32 years after Afreximbank was founded. What goes into this?
A lot. A lot of moving parts, but I think first we're talking about the ability to have a facility that can host over 5,000 delegates. And that's what the event center that we launched earlier this year has created. But even beyond that is the partnership. So I want to thank the Afreximbank and of course the federal government of Nigeria, because to do something of this scale requires a very strong partnership between the government, the bank, and the private sector players like Transcorp. So it's been months and months of preparation, diligence, and the excellence that Transcorp stands for. And here we are today.
Interesting in terms of the logistics that go into it. You're talking about the hotel and the venue, the center itself, not just to listen to the talks, but also have accommodation for high-profile VVIPs, delegates, not just from within Africa, but also from the Caribbean and elsewhere who are partners to Afreximbank. That takes a whole lot, putting hundreds of this hotel and this event facility together to get it done.
So the past months, we've been preparing for today, or preparing for this week. So you know the Transcorp Hilton Hotel is a 1,000 key hotel, of which we have 677 rooms and over 30 presidential suites. So we've been working with the Afrexim and other key partners to ensure that the excellence that we're known for is felt by everyone who walks through the door, from our spa, our gym, our executive lounge, our restaurants. The offerings of the Booker has been simply beyond this world and showing that unique Nigerian brand of excellence. And beyond that, there's also that concept of when you're in the Transcorp Hilton, you're home away from home. Everything, the pool, the sports complex, if you want to play tennis, you want to play basketball, everything is in here. Nature walks, we all have it within here. And you have that sense of hospitality. We've had a number of government officials, we've had presidents, vice presidents, both current and past, ministers, and high-level private sector people worldwide come in this week into the Transcorp Hilton, come into Abuja, come into Nigeria, and it's been all eyes on Nigeria all of this week and going forward even in
And this brings me to the issue of investing in hotel hospitality and leisure business, in not just in Nigeria, but across Africa. And it looks like this sector is moving in Africa. After COVID-19, what you experienced at Transcorp was back during the 2 years of COVID-19 and how this institution actually survived that major global pandemic. And now, but then, did you have any idea that Afreximbank was going to host this year when you put up this multi-million-dollar facility for the event center?
So let's put it as we're confident that international brands would come. We have the Transcorp Hilton Hotel, which is one of the top 10 best Hiltons worldwide. What we needed in the country, in Abuja, is an event center, a convention center that can take the massive numbers required. So a few years ago, I actually had a chat with your colleague in Abidjan, and I told him about what we're doing. And I said, we need to bring conferences to Nigeria. And with this kind of conference, now that we have an event center like this, just think of the business that has come into Nigeria, the market that is created, the value that is created, and we're going to continue to expand. So we have expansion plans for our 670-room hotel to take it even more. We are building our property in Lagos later this year. We're going to commence the building, so it just continues to go further and further. So when we started this, some people be like, well, how are you going to do it? But you look at every other thing. We have the airlines, we have the weather, we underestimate the value of our beautiful weather. And then we have the people. Our people are warm and very helpful. As I've walked around the hotel lobby, everybody has commented about how warm we are as Nigerians. And it's such a great change. And they say, we're happy to be here with you, and we're happy with your facilities. And we're going to continue to do more and more of such as we drive home the African brand of excellence that Transcorp is known for.
In what for other areas of hotel, leisure, hospitality business do you think we need to invest in, and how you managing the macroeconomic environment in terms of not only having skilled workforce, for example, that can handle international guests and making sure that everyone is okay, but also ensuring that there is power, there's availability, everything is done, cuisine, everything, just to make sure that, yes, we have a very good outing and you can make all the dollars.
Well, let's strengthen our Naira more and more. But I want to, the hospitality business is a profitable one, right? As you mentioned in your earlier question, in 2020, COVID hit the entire world. And you saw our numbers. But you've also seen us grow very strong, and seeing the interest that is in Nigeria as we're attracting more international business travelers, even our local travelers are going. There's a strong demand in Nigeria, a country with over 220 million people, right? There's a strong demand. You have the people, the populace, and they have people who are at a high literacy level. We have a young population, young workforce, people who are eager. Nigerians are hardworking. We're very hardworking, we're very creative, we're very resilient. And we have that warmth within us that is taught to us from our childhood based on the cultural foundation that we have. So I invite everybody to look to Nigeria. There's so much for us to do, from theme parks, rides, more restaurants, more hotels. We have over 4,000 delegates at this event. So think of the business that we've created for other hotels. So if you're looking to come to Nigeria, well, welcome. I will continue to drive on.
That's very subtle. That's very subtle. I get it. You create business for competitors.
Well,
for junior competitors.
Well,
yes.
I didn't call it for junior competitors, but we're playing our role as Transcorp. Yes. We are leaders.
At least we're catalyzing.
We are catalyzing, and we say Transcorp transforms. Yes. And what we've done now with this 5,000 capacity event center is to transform the landscape of hospitality within the country.
Very interesting where your funding is coming from, and what of you. We're talking about the Hess Holding Group, and I want you to talk to me a little bit more about that. Half year down the line, Transcorp Group, talk to me about how far the year's gone. And I'm sure we're going to come to this event later in the conversation.
So for Transcorp Group, we are leading diversified conglomerates listed on Nigerian Stock Exchange. We are in power, hospitality, hence we're here, and of course energy. We have 3 listed companies, the parent company itself, the Transcorp Hotel and Transcorp Power. Under Power, we account for about 20% of Nigeria's installed capacity. And Power, of course, is a catalyst for development, and that's part of why we are in here. So for our funding, we are patient investors, and we have the credibility and the credit worthiness to be able to attract both investors, equity and debt holders. And beyond that, we believe in sustainable development and creation of wealth for everybody, distribution of wealth. Our chairman, Mr. Tony Oelumelu, of course, I'm sure you know, the father of Africapitalism, and Mr. Africa himself. And we continue to give of ourselves to nurture not just Nigerians, but Africans across the continent through the Tony Elumelu Foundation and the entrepreneurship program that we run. Is one that is very close to my heart, because as a young person, well, not so young anymore, but still young enough, it's good to have opportunities on the continent where we can create jobs, create hope for the people within Africa. And Transcorp Group is right at the forefront of that. Beyond just creating value for our shareholders, create value for everyone, whether your stakeholders, be our direct vendors, indirect vendors, and we continue to create the sustainable wealth that everyone's happy about. Capital appreciation, dividend payouts, strong governance, regulators are happy.
This is a multi-million dollar event, and I'm sure in terms of revenue for Transcorp. So, can you track my thinking in terms of what this would mean for Transcorp Hotel at the end of the financial year 2025?
You know, over the years, we've sustained over double-digit growth. And our performance, as we released in Q1, you know, we're a listed company, we're coming to the second half of the year. Towards mid-July, towards the end of July, we'll put out our results.
Yes.
But all the indices are good. Our Q1 results were very strong, and the country has continued to sustain the growth that was seen before. Yes. So we're saying to our shareholders, saying to our stakeholders.
Yeah, I got it. So with this event, I'm sure the numbers will look different at the end of the year.
We are over 90, we are 100% occupancy. What can I say?
What else can you ask for? Thank you so much, Owen Omogiafo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, President, and the Group CEO at Transcorp Group. He also, of course, listed on the exchange.